Hello and welcome back to Sherwood Park Toyota. Today we're looking at a Kia Telluride SX in the color green. Let's take a look. Up front here underneath the hood is where we have a 3.8-liter V6 engine automatic transmission. Gets up to 291 horsepower, 262 pound-foot of torque. Properly equipped also gets a towing capacity up to 5,000 pounds. Up front, LED headlights, customary daytime running lights, fog lights down below. You've got your front parking sensors across your front grille here, or front bumper rather, and on the front grille is where you'll find your front-facing camera. As you move along to the side here, we have the 20-inch black alloy wheels. Side mirrors have integrated turn signals, blind spot monitoring, and you have an additional camera on the bottom and sides here, contributing to the surround view camera effect. As you move back, all of your rear windows come with factory tinting, and you've got your black roof rails up top. On the back here, across your rear bumper, backup parking sensors. You've got your Kia and Telluride badges across the back, as well as your X-Line badge. Then underneath these logos is where you'll find your backup camera. To open up the hatch here, reach next to the camera underneath the logos and press the button. Inside here we have both second and third row seats. Second row have more of a captain style, where they are fully independent from one another, and even have a little walking path in between them, whereas your third row seats have a 60-40 split, as we can see on the right-hand side here. Either way, you're able to lay your seats down flat to extend your cargo space forward into the cab. This can be done by releasing these little buttons in the back space here for your second row, so you don't have to go up front and finnick around with them. But other than that, behind the rubber mat lining, you will find a little strap you can give a pull, and it will either fold it down, or if it's down, you can use that to pull it back upwards. Third row seating occupants have plenty of access to their own storage spaces. And then, as we noticed before, we have this rubberized lining with the Telluride logo in the back. This is much easier to remove and clean versus that typical carpeted interior on the back. These ones are fully Velcro lined all the way throughout, both for the floor portions and the portions on the back of the seats. You can see we have more of that Velcro lining, keeping things nice and snug in place. It also helps to protect your vehicle from any damages from your cargo, and protect your cargo from damages from your vehicle. If you're looking for your spare tire kit, you can simply look down underneath of this rubberized lining. You'll find a little handle. Lift that up, and everything you need will be able to be accessed through this space. If you can see, it does say spare tire, and everything will be stored. This gives you additional space as well. And on the left-hand side, last thing is we do have a 12-volt adapter available. Now, to close up your rear space here, you can reach up to the handle on the right-hand side, or you can press the electronic button. Next, let's take a look at the inside. Inside your interior upholstery is the tan leatherette. We have this quilted texturing on all of your seats. As we said before, we have the independent captain's chair style for your second row seats, with an independent walking space in between. We also have the fully foldable armrests on either side to provide some extra comfort, in addition to the armrest implants on your door spaces. Both your second and third row occupants have access to their own dual moonroof, and then your driver / front passenger have their own. These can be functioned independently. We'll take a look at that more when we get up front. On the back of your front passenger and front driver seats, we have both pouch storage and little additional hooks. We also have additional charging options on the inside of the seats. Back of your console, you've got your cup holders and then additional chargers down below. And we currently have the Kia rubber mats throughout the unit. On the side of your seats is where you'll find your controls to move your seat or lay it down flat to give additional room and access to anybody trying to access the third row seat who isn't wanting to go between the two rows. In your door here, we have our first look at the wood grain trim that we will find all throughout our front cab space here. Of course, you have your window control, and then on either side we have 3 variant levels for both heated and cooled seats. We've got blue for cool and orange for heat. There's also built-in sunshades. Easily unfolds, goes all the way up here, and locks into place, helps keep the sun out of everybody's eyes without impeding on their view, and just as easily unhooks, goes all the way back down, and goes completely smoothly into your door frame. Now, taking a look at either one of your front handles, you'll find this little dimple kind of cutout shape on your handle. This indicates keyless entry, so if you have a key fob on your person, simply tap your hand here to lock and unlock. Inside, we have more of the wood grain trim, metallic highlights, and this tan leatherette. Power windows for front and back. You've got your window lock / your child safety lock. You've got your power lock system and side mirror controls. Up top here, this actually allows you to fold your mirror in flat with the body of your unit. We also have your memory seat settings next to your handle, which of course means electronic seat adjustment. Back, front, up, down, lumbar support. This little one allows you to adjust your under-knee support as well. You've got your hood release latch on the bottom left-hand corner of your dash. Above that, controls for dash brightness, towing mode, downhill assist, your power trunk release, and your traction control. Then taking a look at your steering wheel here, left-hand side, controls for your hands-free communication, volume, as well as the modes on your main display space here, and plenty of other additional options you can scroll through, such as your radio. Right-hand side here is where you have controls for your dash display. Lots of options to run through for anything you want displayed here. You also have all of your traction control, or rather your adaptive cruise control here, and then your pause and play for your radio as well. Now, if you look upwards, you'll notice this little cutout in the front of your dash. Then if you look, well, it's a little hard to get on camera. If you look right here, you'll find a little 0 right there. This is actually a heads-up display. It is built in, and I assure you it's much easier to see in person than it is on camera. But this little display helps to provide some really pertinent information, such as your current speedometer. This is a really nice built-in feature because it allows you to keep an eye on your info while still keeping an eye on the road and not having to look back and forth every time you're curious about something. Just over from this is where you have your infotainment display screen. This can also be used by the touch buttons down below here. So as we can see, you have your map, which also has your controls for that said built-in navigation. You have all of your radio and media. This includes AM, FM, and satellite radio, full Bluetooth connectivity, and optional adapters for USB as well. Further media connectivity, and then you have all of your vehicle setup. We can also access this through your home screen. If you go back to that main display that was first on, you're able to scroll through the touchpad to go back and forth for all of your different setup needs. Underneath that, you've got your volume control to the left of it, tune scroll to the right, 4 ways underneath, and then we have our climate control. For your climate control, we actually have 3 separate zones. In the third row seats and second row seats, they have access to their own AC units, which controls simply temperature and your fan speed. But as we can see, this can be controlled from up front here, and it just changes your display that you have up, giving you a few other options to go through. Aside from your third row option, we have the dual controls up front so that you and your front passenger can have your own unique temperature settings, or you can sync them up to have it work together in unison. You got your defrost for your front and rear windshields here, heated leather steering wheel control, push start ignition. Underneath, you have controls on either side for 3 variant levels for both heated and cooled seats. Just like in the back, we've got orange for heat, blue for cool. Underneath that, you've got this nice little built-in storage space. And if you'll notice, this is actually a wireless charging pad right here, which means you can plop your phone down in there. Not only will it not go flying because it's in this nice little built-in tray space, but you can still see notifications coming in and out. You also have your 12-volt adapter, USB, and other charging port options, and this is completely concealable as well. Have this little pop-away display, so if you want to keep everything sleek and you don't want to have anything distracting, you can hide it, or if you're trying to access it, simply press that down and gain access to everything underneath. Aside from that, you've got your gear shift, all of your cup holders, storage spaces, driving options for EcoSport Smart as well, automatic on-off parking brakes, and then you have your surround view cameras. Give that a press, and then we do have a good few different options here. You can change what dimensions you're looking at through the rear view look, or just give yourself an all-around look for your vehicle as well. And then there is further customizations for everything parking related. To make that go away, just go down and press that button one more time, and it'll go back to your normal infotainment display. Aside from that, you've got your console where you have additional charger options. Right hand side, I mean all the way across your dash actually, we've got the wood grain trim, we've got the silver highlights, more of that brown leatherette. Upwards on your rearview mirrors, 1, 2, and 3 dots, those are your garage door openers. As you can see, we just have your normal reflective mirror right here, but if you flip the switch, it will now look directly behind yourself using the camera system in the rear. This is a great built-in feature because if you have anything in your cab that is making it difficult to see directly behind yourself, be that passengers or cargo, you can just circumvent that by flipping this little switch here, and you can always see directly behind yourself whenever you need to do so. Aside from that, you have your sunglasses compartment SOS button, you have got your towing call, you have interior lighting controls, and then in the middle are the controls for both your front and your rear controls for the moonroofs. Thanks again, folks, for joining us on this full video tour for this Kia Telluride SX in the color green. It is located here at Sherwood Park Toyota at 31 Automall Road in Sherwood Park, Alberta. You can also reach us at 780-306-7703. And remember, life is full of choices. Let us be yours.